Hi folks, it's Bob from Mountain Crest Farms. Oh, how y'all doing this morning? It is a beautiful day here. Well, it's a beautiful day at 6:30 in the morning. Come 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock, it's not going to be so beautiful. It'll look the same, but it is going to be a hot day today. Right now it's a little bit muggy, but it's not so bad that I'm on switchel already. I'm still on coffee. Oh, me. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. You probably already do when you saw the title on this video. Today I want to talk about lazy people and how lazy people make the best employees. Yep, you heard me right. The best employee you can have is a lazy person. Now understand, there is a difference between lazy and sorry. And I didn't say sorry people make good employees. I said lazy people make good employees. Back in my other life, when I was a drunk, but only a after work drunk, I had my own business. Had a school photography company. We did school sports and bands and choruses, and we did youth league sports. Fairly good sized company. Covered 5 states: Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina. Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, and Florida. Well, that's 6 states, but I don't count Florida because we didn't have but 2 customers down there. So I don't say 6 states. We covered 5 states. And I had salesmen out on the road. They were on commission. I had photographers out on the road, and I had office staff, and I had my own lab. We did our own pictures. We produced quite a bit, and it was less expensive to have our own lab and produce everything. We got packet of printing sent out, but we did all our own groups. And so I had a fairly substantial group of employees, and I found that the best employees I could get were lazy ones. Yep, that's right. Lazy employees will do you a better job than a hard worker. Now, before y'all decide that I have just gone totally off the deep end and shut the video off, never to return, well, hear me out. If you have a hard-working employee and his job is to do job 1, and you hire him, green, and you tell him that the way to do job 1 is step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and the job's done. What a good hard worker is going to do is job 1 followed by 2, or step 1 followed by step 2, followed by step 3, followed by step 4, and on to step 10. The job will get done. It'll get done right. It'll get done exactly like you tell him to. If you tell him wrong, if you give him a wrong step, he's going to do it wrong. But he will do just what he was told. Good, hard-working employee. But if you hire a lazy employee, smart, not sorry, but lazy, you're going to tell him the same thing. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he'll do it the first time, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then he will stop and think about it. He'll say, wait a minute, next time I do that, you know, step 4 is really just repeating step 1 as a check to make sure I did step 1 right. If I take a little bit more time on step 1 and verify that everything's done right, I can skip step 4. And step 6 and 7, those can be combined. Instead of taking 20 minutes to do step 6 and 20 minutes to do step 7, you can do them together, get it all done, and take 30 minutes to do both. And when he gets done, he will have done, to your eyes, to the employer's eyes, he will have done his job. He will have started at step 1, and at the end of step 10, or maybe he finds a way to get rid of step 10, at the end of the job, he'll have exactly what you want done. He'll have done it in less time. He'll have used less resources. Just in general, he will have done just as good a job as the hard worker, maybe better. Because what else he will do is he'll say, wait a minute. Step 3 right here. That's not going to give Bob the results he wants. Now, he won't just change that one on his own. The other ones he'll adjust. That one he'll come to you and he'll say, hey, Bob, you know, step 3 is supposed to lead to step 4 this way, but step 3, you're telling me to do this, and I will, it's your company, but this isn't efficient. If you change step 3, don't do away with it, but change it to do it this way, I can do it faster, and you wind up with a better result. And you'll stop and if you're a jerk employer, and there's some jerk employers out there, you'll say, go do what I told you to. At which time he will go do what he wants, what he was told to. He will decide that you're not smart enough for him to be working for you, and you'll have an employee that's gone pretty soon. But if you're a smart employer, you'll look at what he told you, and you'll say, he's right. Step 3 shouldn't be done that way. Step 3, he found a better way to do step 3. Cool, go ahead. That works, let's try it. So when you've got a lazy employee, he's going to find the better way to do something. He is going to find the faster way to do something. And quite often he will find the way that uses the least resources to do something to accomplish the same goal. So I'm kind of fond of lazy employees myself. I made a concerted effort to hire lazy but conscientious employees. Something else I did, I didn't have anybody on hourly wage. My salesmen were on commission, and everybody else was on salary. Jobs that were typically hourly jobs, I put them on salary. They knew what they were going to make every week. And what I did was I said, here's your job. Here's what I expect to get done. I consider this to be an 8-hour day. I will pay you X dollars per week to do your job. You know what happens? They get done quicker. Yeah. They figure, I'm going to make X amount of money this week, whether it takes me 40 hours to do it, like Bob says this job is, or whether I can do it in 30 hours. If I can do it in 30 hours, that's 10 hours in my pocket. I can go do something else. Because when they were done with their jobs, the only employee I had, well, 2 employees. I had 2 employees, one employee and one type of employee that I set their schedule. My office manager, she was supposed to be there from 8 to 5, period. Because she had to take up the slack if somebody else didn't. And my photographers. If you're supposed to be there to do pictures from, say you're doing a youth league and the shooting schedule runs from 9 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the afternoon, well, that's what the schedule is. But everybody else, the guy running my lab, he was expected to keep all the pictures printed up to schedule. I felt like it was an 8-hour-a-day job, and I told him, if you can't do it in 8 hours, fine, come tell me. Maybe I need to raise your pay because it's going to take you 9 or 10 hours. Maybe I need to hire another lab person, not to replace you, but to help you out, because it's just more of a job than one person can do. But I personally think that what I've asked you to do is an 8-hour job. And if you can do it in 6, hey, knock yourself out. do it, do a good job, leave after 6 hours. So they got a way to get some extra time, extra personal time, off time. I got the job done, happier employees. And like I say, I hired lazy ones. My lab guys, over a period of 7 years, my lab guys took what I thought was an 8-hour-a-day job, and thanks to hiring some lazy employees, plus them having the opportunity to get some time on their own that they normally would be working, they pretty much turned 8-hour-a-day jobs into 6-hour-a-day jobs, and I still paid them for 8 because I felt like it was an 8-hour-a-day job. So hire some lazy employees if y'all are employers out there. Hire you some lazy but conscientious employees. Pay them for the job, not for the time. Because oh, by the way, the other way worked too. If it was an 8-hour-a-day job and it takes you 10 hours, you're on salary, you better put in the 10 hours. In other words, unless you can show me where I'm wrong, you get the job done. That's what I'm paying you for. I'm not paying you for time, I'm paying you for a job being done. So that's my thoughts on what kind of employee makes a great employee. A lazy employee makes a great employee. A lazy but conscientious employee. Not a sorry, unconscientious employee, but a lazy one. They'll find the best, shortest, fastest way to get something done that uses the least resources. That man will save you money, or woman. Those folks will save you money. That's about all I got today. Fairly short. But I just wanted to throw that out there. I was laying in bed last night thinking about, I sure wish I could get some lazy employees around here because I can't afford to pay them, but I sure wish I had some lazy employees around the little homestead here. Because I'm not paying myself much, and I'm doing about 5 jobs, I think, sometimes. Nah, it's not really that bad. I don't have a big enough farmette, micro farm, mini farm, homestead, whatever you want to call it. I don't have a big enough one to need employees. But man, on these hot days, I sure wish I could be sitting in the air conditioning supervising. Y'all have a fantastic day, okay? I'm going to, and I hope y'all do too. And I will see y'all in the next video after you remember the tomb was empty. He is alive. Now y'all go have a great day. See you next time.